has been 51 days since Counter-Strike announced that it was the last chance to get these Armory items. As you probably know, the collections are still in Armory. What the actual fuck? Somebody needs to call Valve HQ and explain them that last chance doesn't mean 2 months. In this video we will discuss what the smartest play is, if you should be buying anything, or if you should save your stars, or if you should even be buying the Armory pass, because that is an actual concern and it's actually for a very legitimate reason. You see, the return on investment on all collections except the limited edition item is below 100%. This means that you are losing money by playing the game and redeeming these items, and mind you, this is without the Steam fees, so you have to add an extra 13% loss on when you want to convert the items into Steam balance. So with the Steam fees on the 2024 Overpass collection, you are on average losing 35% by redeeming the collection, and then when you want to sell, you are losing another 13%. So this means that you are on average losing 56% from redeeming and selling this collection. And you might be thinking it isn't fair because the Overpass collection isn't being removed. Well, on the Sport and Field collection, which is supposedly leaving soon, the average loss after redeeming and selling is 25%. And that's for a collection that is soon to leave. So I think the panic and distrust in Armory is justified. And these low ROI numbers means that a lot of people are stacking their stars to hopefully be able to make their money back in the future. But before we go any further, let's take a look at buff.market. You all probably know about buff163, which is most likely the best market out there. Well, they also have a solution for Westerners. Buff.market is a giant peer-to-peer marketplace, which makes it possible to find many good deals and get your skins as fast as possible. I've actually used buff.market in the past to sell some high tier skins because of their low selling fee, which is only 2.5%. And also I could sell these high tier skins for more than I could on other marketplaces, so it was a great success. Use the top link in the description to get started on your buff.market journey. So back to the Armory. People are stacking up stars to be able to spend when the new rotation hits, and this could create even further problems for the Armory, because if I had to guess, when the new rotation hits, all of those saved up stars will be spent. And this basically also happened the last time, and that actually pushed down the ROI a lot from the get-go. But I'm afraid this time it'll be even worse though. I asked my community on Discord and YouTube whether they are spending or saving their stars, and the answers were actually quite shocking. On YouTube only 7% are spending and 37% are saving their stars. On Discord 0% are spending and 41% are saving their stars. Granted, these polls had a small number of people answering, but I still reckon this gives some insight on user sentiment. Now this is all very bad for Valve that players are losing their trust in the Armory, because the system with the Armory has been a money printing machine from Valve. According to these calculations that were made from February by this guy, the Armory had generated $355 million and about $280 million from Fever and Gallery Case keys. So $500 million just from the Armory, which is fucking nuts, and that's only from February. This is also very concerning that Valve isn't doing what the community wants, because when people stop buying the Armory pass, they stop making money from their money printer. Some speculation have been that they want to punish Armory farmers. You see, a lot of Armory farmers are grinding stars in deathmatch lobbies. I actually made a video on how you can do this, but basically there are entire communities who are just grinding Armory stars because it was profitable, but now it isn't anymore. So this could be a smart way to get rid of those, but at the same time they are also generating a lot of money for Valve. Another theory is that they want to get rid of RNG, but this would certainly also be a huge blow to the economy, and this theory is because of the lawsuits that's been circulating, and then them also removing the sticker shop from this major into dynamic pricing, which is really weird, and that has received some criticism. Even I find it kind of hard to invest into stuff like this, whereas previous sticker sales I would buy almost every time. But yeah, the theory is basically that Valve wants to implement dynamic pricing into the Armory, and you might need to have a bit of a tinfoil hat on, but Valve has proved that you really don't know their next move. But also please keep in mind that this is just theories and nothing is confirmed. All we can conclude for now is that we don't know what the fuck is going on, and market sentiment is fairly low when it comes to the Armory pass, and you probably shouldn't be counting on making a profit by saving your stars, but you also can't make a profit with the current Armory pass, so it's just one big clusterfuck where Valve has completely cooked themselves. If you ask me, I think they should start updating the Armory a lot more in the future and actually create a desire to play the game so we can get new consumers into the game, and first then prices will recover completely. And how can they create this desire? Well, by adding some new game modes, new maps, and maybe some fun co-op missions, but that is just my ideal world. Knowing Valve, we probably won't be seeing any of this. So what about the main questions in the start? I think the safest move is to be passive at the moment. Don't overinvest in a market that is very unsure. Personally, I'm saving my stars. I don't see any reason to redeem them to be making an instant loss. I could consider buying the Overpass collection because at this pricing I think it's kind of lucrative. Also, there's this popular quote from Warren Buffett which I really like, which goes, "Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Unk was a very smart man, and in the Counter-Strike market you could have made a lot of money following his strategy. Also, I won't be buying more Armory passes at the moment. I simply don't see a reason other than content. It'll most likely take a while for Valve to fix this, but I'm also very sure that fixing the problem is in Valve's best interest. As we covered, they are making bank from the Armory, and they most likely want to keep making bank. And if they want to do that, they have to fix it. So what do you think? Is the Armory cooked, or will it be lucrative long term? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.